Blue expect a lot of attention in the 6th district as incumbent David Trone opts to run for the Senate instead. My guest tonight, one of the many candidates in the race, a former Obama administration official. He's Jain, backing up late with me tonight here on the Final Five. And for the first time, I get to see you in person because we've only talked over Zoom before. Welcome in. Good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me and for the opportunity.
The first time we talked with you, you were in the Democratic primary for governor.
Yep.
I'm curious, what did you learn about campaigning? Because you had not run for office before. What did you learn about the process, and how have you taken that to your congressional campaign?
Yeah, I was honored that last year I was one of the youngest people to ever run for Maryland governor in over 200 years. And obviously we lost, and I am very happy with the work that Governor Wes Moore is doing. We were still successful, right? We were outraised, outpolled, but we had over 750 active volunteers in all 24 counties in the state, focused on policies, and beat or outlasted great candidates who, again, were polling higher than us and raised more money. So what that showed me is if you focus on issues and if you meet voters where they are, you can be really successful. And those are the strategies that we're employing in this campaign for Congress.
We know Maryland as a state has been pretty blue, and you worked in the Obama administration. Yeah. What did you learn? I mean, I think what's interesting is that really did engender a whole new generation of younger public servants, and something that you've continued to do even since the end of the Obama era.
Yeah, I mean, my entry into public service started back when I was 13 years old and diagnosed and treated for cancer, right? I felt like I didn't have a seat at the table, and people were speaking at me as opposed to speaking with me. And then the Obama campaign started when I was a senior in high school. No political experience, no connections, but I felt empowered, and he was speaking about issues that resonated with me. I got involved, and I worked my way from a volunteer on that campaign to later working in his White House and in his administration. And it's that idea of empowering volunteers, empowering voters, again, really meeting people where they are, and not just using empty rhetoric, but focus on the solutions to all the difficult challenges that we're all facing every day.
What's fascinating about the 6th district is it is this wide, far-flung, diverse group. You have parts of Montgomery County. You go up into Frederick County and Washington County, and there are issues that transcend everybody out there. What are we looking at? What would the average voter, who are you looking to speak to in this campaign?
Yeah, I spend 90% of my time actually meeting voters at their homes in all 5 counties in the district: Montgomery County, Frederick, Washington, Allegheny, and Garrett. And what we're finding is, again, people want to know that they're not forgotten about, that they have easy access to their candidates and politicians. And in terms of specific policies, the reason why we have the most policy details of any of the people I'm running against is because I'm listening to those voters, and actually they're running my campaign. We're 100% volunteer run and crowdsourced, speaking about issues like Medicare for all, making public college free, canceling student debt, advocating for a ceasefire in the Middle East because we need a nuanced and balanced approach, and then also pushing for a $26 minimum wage by the year 2030.
So why the $26? What is the significance behind the figure there?
Yeah, so $26 makes every worker's salary rise to the national average salary, which is $55,000 a year. But more importantly, it is what businesses should have been paying workers had wages fallen in line with inflation. And so it keeps that all in line. And what we're finding is when more people have full access to the economic benefits of employment, it actually helps everyone thrive. It helps our economy by lowering poverty and crime levels, increasing consumer spending, and expanding our tax base. And it also helps businesses by helping them find, hire, and retain the millions of workers that have left their jobs in recent years saying they need better pay. So it's an economic argument that helps both the business, the economy, as well as the worker thrive.
When you look at where things stand right now as a nation politically, and we are no doubt divided as you look at the fact that it's a 2 or 3 seat majority right now Republicans have in the House, and obviously Democrats would like to flip that just like Republicans would love to flip the Senate back the other way. I mean, there's a lot of calls for moderation on in both parties, that maybe there needs to be policy positions that really attract people from both sides. You're in a primary right now. That's not necessarily what the focus would be on, but if you would go to a general election, do you believe that? Do we need to be more moderate politically, or is there room based on who you're representing to look at different ends of the spectrum?
So the good thing is we haven't changed, and we will not change our talking points based on the primary or the general. And because of the way I'm running the campaign, having 100% free of rents, refusing donations and money from corporations, special interests, and PACs of any kind, actually focusing on the details to those policies that affect everyone's day-to-day lives, I think that's why on my progressive campaign, we not only have Democratic voters volunteering, but we have independents and Republicans joining this team because they see those details to those policies, not just the generic talking points that we see from a lot of candidates. And also, we're going through from point A to point Z, how am I going to accomplish this, and how am I going to pay for everything, and what it's going to cost.
Well, I will say, I have been to the website. You do have a lot laid out there. There was a lot to go through, but tell people where they can find that.
Yeah, if they go to jainforcongress.com, we have all the details of how to get involved, but also all those policy solutions that were not made by consultants, but they were actually made between me and residents of my district that are impacted by those decisions. Everyone from small business owners to students to retirees. And I think that's what we need more of in our politics.
Well, the countdown is on to the primary. We're still a couple months away, so there's a good chance we'll be talking with you again soon. Ashwani, Jain, good to see you again, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you so much.